before and after. Like most people, I use this as a potting shed in the summer. But I'm only going to keep a few pots in here. So right now I'm stacking in sizes and shapes. I'm going to leave just a few in here, and I'm taking everything to the basement storage. I need to vacuum, or not vacuum, sweep. I need to sweep. So I want this white shelf on this side, and I want this black shelf on this side. I bought this for a winter feature in the fall last year for the red branching. Oh, I can't get this flower because of my shadow. Look how pretty that is. It's kind of a salmon. Nasturtium. It's the first bloom out of the nasturtium. And that one's the only one that sprouted. So when I was looking for something to put around this, I just grabbed what was around. It sprouted. Wild daisies. I think that's what they're called. Kept mistakenly calling calendulum wild daisies because it came up in the search that way sometimes. And the calendulum came in a wild seed mix, so I wasn't really sure what they were. So I thought this was only one plant, but there's orange and yellow, like the calendulums. So there must have been two in here. Very pleased with it. Branches are still red, even though they're not as noticeable leaves on it. Calendulums are blooming. They bloomed so nice in this garden last year. This is the triangle garden by the road. I want to pull these, I want to cut these and bring them in today. And they are also good for the medical. I've never used them for anything medical, so I'm going to cut and dry this year and study them. I'm working on cleaning the greenhouse area and planting the side. I can't store plants there in pots because it's just too hot. They look terrible. I have a whole shelf of things that you would see on a clearance rack that need love and attention. I have a whole rack of things like that that came from the side of the greenhouse. This is a kiwi that I propagated, and it just looked terrible in the pot, and it was the only one that was still alive. And I put it in the ground, crossing my fingers that it would do better. And of course all the old leaves have died off, and these are all new leaves, and it looks fabulous. I'm so happy with it. There's my little Gray. Hi, Gray. Gray does not like to be pinned up. Whenever I open the gate, she escapes, and I let her. And we have to pick her up and put her back in because she won't go back in on her own. This is a kiwi I propagated from. This kiwi was purchased years ago by my daughter, and it was planted at the farm. And the person who mows their lawn weed whacked it, and she was so upset. Oh my gosh, she was upset. And it grew back. And when she moved, she dug it up along with lots and lots of things, and is really happy with its spot. I'm hoping to get flowers this year, That's how you tell the male from the female. But I have read that some of the newer ones that they're selling don't need a male and a female. And some of them have a male and a female in the same pot. So we'll see. The kiwi I planted from seed didn't make it. I had a few and they just didn't. I should have put them in the ground like I did that one, because I think they would have made it. So next time, I'll put them in the ground. This is the side of the shed where kiwi is. This is where my shelf is that I said looks like a clearance rack. It's happier today. This is a shady area. They're not as damaged looking now. There she is. Kind of wanted to film this area when it was a real mess. I had it completely cleaned up, so now it's just a partial mess. We put something up for shade. It's just something we had laying around. It helps a little bit. This is the shelf I'm still dealing with. I'm trying to get as much stuff in the ground as I can. These are this year's seedlings. There's lots of ground tomatoes and what is this? Amaranth. Basil. I thought I got all the basil out of here and planted, but there's another one. I have to find a spot for it. Lupine. I believe that's a pansy. Winter jugs. I only have a couple left, and some of them haven't taken, and I can't read the writing on them anymore. I need paint markers, because the markers that I use fade, and then I don't know what's in there, because things like black berries, they take a long time to sprout. So I dumped them in a spot in the garden where if they do sprout, I'll see them. Absolutely love this color of this pot. And I didn't have anything to go in it really, except for all those little sprouts on the shelf, so that's what I did. I just took a bunch of things from the shelf and popped them in. So there's an amaranth, pink primrose, pansy, I don't know what this one's called, it's houseplant. 4 o'clocks. This one is, I just showed it to you in the other garden. Oh, what is the name of it? Calendulum. They don't do great pots, but I was just using it as a filler. So I have amaranth here. Tropicana's planted down there. I just wanted to get them out of the bag and in the ground. And over here, amaranth and 4 o'clock is a repeat of the other side. This sunflower I dug up, put in a pot a while ago because I had to move it. They don't pot well.